I'm Pern.
And I'm Dave.
Welcome to the show, where we talk about everything from movies, music, sports, and TV.
And stories from the rest of our lives.
Things we don't talk about are politics and religion.
And this is how we all stay friends.
Okay, let's talk. On last week's episode, we mentioned the Gladiator 2 musical as a joke.
Yes.
And
just joking around because we were talking about Wicked.
And we were doing the grunting and stuff like that. And then on Saturday Night Live, they did a sketch on Gladiator 2, the musical.
Exactly. So they knew. They've been listening.
I'm just saying, we discussed it first and came up with the idea first, and I thought it was because we recorded last Tuesday, and then on Saturday they came out with the skit, and then on Sunday my wife sends me the link. She goes, "Oh, this is so funny," and she hasn't heard the episode yet because the episode doesn't get released until the next day.
Released it right,
and I told
someone's listening to it.
I messaged her back and I said, "Wow, this is going to be really funny when you listen to the podcast tomorrow." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like,
"Yes,
I'm not saying they stole our idea, but we did mention it last week on our episode about doing Gladiator 2, the musical."
And it came up organically. I mean, we were just...
Absolutely.
We didn't come up with that before in our outline. It just came up organically because we were screwing around.
And it was just these... Yeah, that's just how our brains work. I'm telling you, the stack of scripts that we need to write and get...
it's happened already.
I mean, we're way too old to be writers on SNL, but that would still be fun to do, I think.
It still would count.
That would be...
It still would count.
Because we obviously think the same way they do.
Obviously, we're in that same mode.
Absolutely. So Dave is coming to us live from Seattle, Washington tonight.
On a very special episode.
So his audio, he took a microphone with him and he's plugged in. We're doing a Zoom call and got his audio piped in. So he's on the other side of the country right now. It's after midnight time for me. So it's about 9:30 for him right now.
It is 9:30 here, yeah.
And if Dave's audio sounds a little different this week, that's why, because he did take a mic with him, so he's using one of the mics, but he's in a ballroom right now, you said, overlooking a monorail or something, or a subway?
I have the microphone teetering on a roll of tape inside of a coffee cup, and the microphone's in front of a giant ballroom window where, and there goes the monorail just now.
See, I wish we had the video. This is why we need the video.
Oh, shit.
So we can have this.
And it's the monorail here is not like any other monorail. It has two stops. One, it starts at a mall right around the corner here, and then goes, I don't know, maybe 8 blocks up the road to the Space Needle, and that's it. There's nothing else in it. It is it. That is the only thing it's for.
The Magic Kingdom monorail's longer than that.
Exactly. It goes from
go to
one
Disney. It'll
to the
take
mall
you from the different parks
to city center. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Which is kind of funny.
That is kind of funny. Oh, I was supposed
if you walked it, 30 minutes.
30 minutes, but by monorail, 15?
By monorail, 8 minutes. So
8. Okay. Because there's only a couple stops and not like...
There's no stops. It's
an
it goes
express.
there and it goes to the Needle, and that is it. There's
wow.
no stops in between.
Okay.
That is the only thing it does.
Well, but but like you said, you can get down to the Needle and then you can go out to parts of different areas where you want from there. And then...
Of course. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's, I mean, I get it, but, that does seem a little weird that you've got a monorail that goes
monorail.
like 8 minutes.
I don't know. Seems
one way there,
for
one way back.
$3.50 a pop, I'm like, okay, well, yes, but,
$3.50.
It's always raining. So.
Oh, I know. I saw the forecast. All this week it's supposed to be rain. It was sunny when you got there and then rain the next 5 days.
And thank God, because we were on a boat associated with her work thing here.
With my flippy floppies.
That now we're stealing from SNL. So
I love The Lonely Island and Andy Samberg, so I will steal away and I will give credit, 100% credit to them every time because I love those guys. I love them. We
were on a sightseeing cruise on that day, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's like it was so uncharacteristic for Seattle.
Yeah, Dave sends me pictures and it's like the water and stuff. And they're there for this horse convention conference thing. What is it called technically?
So it's the United States Eventing Association having their annual convention.
Right. So it's a lot of horse people.
Oh yeah, it's all horse
and so Dave sends me this picture where they were of the water and all this stuff, and I said, I don't see any horses in this picture.
Right. Not everything we do is going to be horses.
Are they supposed to be playing water polo? Is that Oh wait,
out on the bay.
Yeah,
yeah.
Let's bring our horses to play some water polo out on the bay in Seattle.
I was surprised at how cold it wasn't on the water. Like we were on the water and we were on top of it. We were up outside on top of the boat.
Well, the temps are like in mid-40s right now, right there.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Okay.
And we were anticipating snow and all this other stuff, but yeah, it's just wet.
We had flurries the other day. I was so excited. We had flurries. It was like really mild. I was driving home and like a little bit of flurries. I almost sent my wife an email saying, "Hey, school might be canceled tomorrow, so watch out because we've flurries. We got flurries." And then they were done by the time I got home. So
right.
Okay, so tell us about your adventures. So Dave's in Seattle.
So
I was
supposed to travel.
Hold on. So before the travel, I was supposed to write a theme song for you. And the best thing that I haven't written like anything yet, like with music yet, but the best thing I could come up with is doing like an Eddie Vedder Pearl Jam because grunge started in Seattle.
Right, exactly.
Like, Dave's coming to us live from Seattle tonight. Oh, yeah.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Like that?
That's
okay. Something like that?
Yeah.
Like a little even flow, Yeah, Pearl Jam.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. There we go. So that's Dave from Seattle.
So the travel, right? My wife and I, we travel. She's not very good at traveling, but of course, I was the one who didn't wake up on time.
I was going to give you a wake up call at 4 a.m. I was going to wake
my freaking alarm. I was like, God damn it!
So you home alone
minutes to get ready, and then we both had to hustle out. But of course, we made it to the airport on time, and we got checked in. Everything was fine. But you know what is the worst is that other people traveling think that they're all alone. Like no one else is traveling.
Oh, you're in a bubble. It's like driving. Like people they're in their cars in their own bubble, in their own world.
It was the worst. Like people just talking on their phone on speaker in the middle of the terminal. Like, what am I supposed to get from this? Like,
so
get out of my way.
Hold on. I had to get on a plane one time, and I had my cell phone. And I was talking to an insurance company and had to give them like details of an accident that I had been in, and like literally was on the phone until they closed the doors and said, "Turn off your phone." And I'm like giving them personal information, like my address and my phone number, like, and all these people are sitting around. No, I'm sitting in my chair, and all these people are like, we're waiting for the plane to get ready to take off, and I'm like still talking to the last second, like, okay, I'm on a plane, I gotta go. Okay, but here's all my information. Bye.
That's awesome.
So anyway, so you had people, talking on their phones like that.
Anyway, so that was insane. And then we had the longest flight ever, but we actually upgraded as part of our package.
To business.
So we were in the front. We were in first class.
Oh, nice.
So we had,
and it was like 6-hour flight, right?
It was, oh my gosh, yes. And the longest flight. And the weirdest thing is that even though we were in first class, we had to pay for internet, and we also had to pay to watch entertainment.
Oh,
so all we had was our phone.
Who did you fly on? If you don't mind me asking, what? Who did you fly on? What?
It was Alaska
Airlines. Huh.
Yes.
So Alaska Airlines makes you pay for internet and movies in first class.
Yes,
but you got a meal.
I got a meal. Yes.
Okay.
And that was about the only thing you really get in first class. I mean, the
you didn't get the wet towel, the hot towel.
No
hot
or
towels.
hot nuts or anything like that. But we did get drinks whenever we wanted. And
did you guys join the Mile High Club?
No.
So you didn't get any hot nuts?
To do that either.
No hot nuts?
No, okay. No. Lisa didn't get any hot nuts. No.
She didn't get any hot nuts? Okay.
No hot nuts for Lisa. But then we finally get here. And the Seattle airport is very laid out nicely, like incredibly nice. And the entire airport. I think
I've heard that. Yeah.
And so we got where we needed to go. But then, and that's just the main area, right? The terminal, right? And you get down to baggage claim, and they're rebuilding the entire baggage claim area. So there's like open ceilings and walls that are missing. Gotcha. Construction guys running around. And I was just like, wow, that is like night and day. Like you come in and everything is gorgeous.
Beautiful.
There's wood, there's stained wood, beams. Nice. Everything's laid out.
And then go down to the basement and get your fucking baggage.
It's literally walking into
construction
a Starbucks. There goes the monorail again. I wave every time the monorail.
Does anybody wave back?
No, not at all. I don't even know if they can see me.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that's funny.
So you go down to Starbucks. Yeah.
And then, it looks like you're walking into a Starbucks.
Oh, okay.
At the airport. And then you go downstairs and it is just gutted. And there's insulation everywhere. And it's just like, what happened? So it was kind of fun. So we get into the travel area, and the guy's taking us through. And the first thing we pass by is the two stadiums.
Oh, yeah.
Where the Mariners play and then where the Seahawks play. So that was kind of cool. And then you're coming up, and again, off in the distance, Space Needle. So, you're seeing all of it.
Seeing the sights. It's right from the airport.
Right, exactly, right.
You didn't even need to leave the airport. You could have just like
I know, we're
got
done,
your flight back
right?
and like, we saw everything.
Now we can turn around. We can go right back around. Seen it all. But as you're coming in, which is I think is kind of weird, but as you're coming in, you have to go in through a tunnel to get under the water, right? Yeah, to get into the city. And you're on a bridge, and then you go into a tunnel. In the tunnel, which was the weirdest thing we saw, every so many feet, there's a sign telling you how many feet to the exit in the tunnel there is.
In case like someone breaks down,
you had to get out of your car,
and then you know how far it is.
Yeah. And then there were like individual exits, but there were giant signs that said 300 feet, 280 feet, 260 feet, and it just kept rattling off as you were going down the thing. And I was like, well, that put an arrow to exit. It's like,
are you sure that's not how deep under the water you are?
No, because it kept getting, and then you got to the exit, and then it started going up again, ramping up.
Oh, to the next exit.
You got closer to the next exit.
Okay, that's weird.
Get out into the tunnel, and I was just like, "Well, that is weird," but okay. I mean, I was like, "Is there a lot of reasons why the people have to get out of the tunnel?"
I don't know. You saw that Sylvester Stallone movie, right, where they blew up the tunnel and they couldn't get out or whatever? And wasn't that a Sylvester Stallone movie?
Would you think that distance to an exit was going to help you if it was painted on the side of a crashed tunnel? If you have a phobia
of going through tunnels,
if the tunnel's crashed, you weren't going to see that, right? I mean,
true, but I'm just saying, like, if you have a phobia of going through tunnels, it's just that, like, okay, it's this much closer. Is that because there's people that have that? Like, it's obviously there for a reason,
and that's a helpful thing.
It's like people like need somebody to drive them across the bridge, like we've talked about.
Yes, it's that same thing.
But same thing with the tunnel.
Someone who really had a problem doing that. That's just ridiculous. And then we finally get to the hotel, and we get to our room, and then last night we had the tour. And then we went out to eat, and then we came home, and we're sleeping. But the one thing we had a problem with is why hotels do this. I have absolutely no clue. They short sheet you on the beds, so the sheets are like you can't pull them up far enough.
You're like, you can't.
Now your shoulders are cold and your head gets cold. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I finally get that all straightened out, and then they get you the slickest blankets. So I had put a blanket on because Lisa likes it 12 degrees in the freaking hotel. So I had an extra blanket on, and it kept
sliding off into the floor.
Bed.
Yeah, I've had that before.
The top of the sheet is slick, and then the blanket you put on is slick, so it was sliding off me the whole night. So I'm freezing my ass off. So I don't know what I'm going to have to do. I'm taking this duct tape up with me and just taping it to the top of the blanket,
right,
so that it stays where it freaking
so
is. I'm so ridiculous. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. So there's that.
That's funny.
So that's you're caught up now because that was today. We had
that was
a bunch of events
today. Was gonna be longer.
Everything was kind of, well, there is, but then I mean, I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay. Oh,
they're still here.
Yes, I say.
And now, hey, I advertised. Everybody's going to start listening to the podcast because now I was talking about it.
We've had one extra listener since you started telling people.
So exactly right.
We had one extra download that we normally don't get, and it wasn't from Seattle.
And the funniest thing is one of the women said, "You know what? I go to sleep listening to podcasts." And I said, "Well, that's perfect because Pern and Dave will put you right to bed."
Exactly. I said that to our friend Doug Harper one time. He goes, "Oh yeah, I put your guys' podcast on. I put her phone right by my head and I lay on the couch." I said, "I know we're great to sleep to, right? We put you right out. We'll put you right out."
Right? The docile voices of two idiots talking.
That is sleep.
Knock you out.
Sleep time.
Knock you out. Yes.
Wake
perfect,
up.
Right?
Wake up.
It's time for bed.
Do you still have that voicemail that I left you years ago, the wake up song? Didn't you have that saved on your voicemail for like ever?
No, I don't have that anymore.
Oh, but you had it saved for a long time though, right?
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh God.
This is the wake up song.
I put it as my alarm.
Yeah, exactly.
Wake me up in the morning.
Get out of bed. Wake the fuck up.
I needed it. I needed it for the flight because I had absolutely no clue. No clue. I just slept right through it.
I should record that because I still remember the lyrics, so I should record that. I wrote that.
Content.
That I didn't steal
good
from anybody.
Content.
I wrote
Keep
that. That was good. The wake up song, and it'll be like you make it your alarm song when you wake up. And
I'm gonna have to because I did not make it at all.
Okay, so you home aloned it to the airport.
Yeah,
and you didn't forget Kevin.
Nope.
Okay,
we're good.
But you got out and
cool. Everything's been kind of great. We've been the conventions. Oh, there's another monorail. Convention.
It's every 8 minutes, Dave. Come on. Well, every 4 because it would be 4 going. It's 8 minutes one way. So
one
if you
way,
got one going one,
it's
probably every 4 minutes. So you're seeing it every 4 minutes,
more
Dave.
More than likely. Well, I'm gonna do a lot of
math, Dave. If it only goes one way and comes back one way, and it's every 8 minutes.
The convention's going well. Lisa had a meeting. She did really well. I've been helping out with the
IT stuff, right?
And the technology stuff. What's that?
All the IT stuff.
Oh, yeah. I've been so I haven't been doing a lot of that. I've been doing a lot more backfilling for support of convention setup.
Help desk kind of thing.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, and where I can. And then I'm also at registration desk, so I'm helping them too. And it's just been chaos because it was a good story. This is a good story.
Okay.
I'm going to tell the story.
You can tell this one? Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is the last one. But we're at the registration, and it's winding down, and it's getting later. And the barn people that are here, the horse people. The horse people.
We don't call them barn women anymore? Is this like politically correctness?
This happened to be a barn woman.
Oh, a barn woman. But not,
so,
okay.
Yeah, of course, she came up and she was looking for people. And we were like, oh, yeah, she's not here. They're not here. And she asked Lisa, I'm going to head down to the bar. What do you got? What do you like? And she goes, oh, anything with tequila. Ha, ha, ha. And she was joking around. And she, went around the area and was asking two of the other ladies that were there. And, hey, what do you like? White wine. No problem. And she goes, okay, well, I'm going to get out of here and I'll see you later. And she leaves, comes back with a margarita and 2 glasses of wine and gave it to him. And it's like, well, you can't not accept it. This is a convention.
Are you allowed to drink on the job? Are you
exactly, yeah.
Are they going to kick you out of the convention for drinking on the job?
No, because they were working the convention. They owned the convention, so it wasn't like that.
So it was their thing, and that's like
right.
Oh,
right.
Okay,
so,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, there's a good story.
On the plane, did you do your homework?
I did all of my homework.
On
the
plane,
plenty of time to do my homework.
6 hours.
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
So
and
last week,
I also, so in a little from Lisa. She was
so she has some. Okay. So she needs to get her own fucking podcast. We've established.
I know exactly. Screw her. She can get her own list.
She's going to do the NHL bracket. Get your own podcast.
Yeah. Then she can get her.
At the end of last week's episode, we said Dave gave Dave the homework to pick his 5 favorite Christmas songs and 5 most hated Christmas songs.
Mm-hmm, the ones I can't stand that
you just got to change the channel.
I cannot listen to them.
Okay, so now these top 5 aren't in a specific order, so it doesn't mean this is the number 1 of all time. There's not a countdown show. We're not fucking Casey Kasem. We're not like doing the Casey's Christmas Top 40 or something. This is so. I'm going to let you go. We'll start with favorites.
Okay.
In no particular order, what are your 5 favorite Christmas songs that you just love?
You want me just to rattle them off?
No, well, we're going to discuss each one as we go through. So what's the first one?
I got Feliz Navidad from Jose Feliciano.
Okay.
And it has to be Jose Feliciano. It can't be this remake crap. It has to be that one.
Okay, I got you. We're gonna circle back to that in a little bit. Okay, and what's your next one?
I have Sleigh Ride, and it's the one that the Boston Symphony does.
Sleigh Ride. Oh.
With the slap and
the that one. Yeah.
Which is always in a nostalgic kind of scenario because when you play it,
So that's a classic. Okay. So and that was the Boston Symphony Orchestra. Is that what that one was?
That was Boston. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I have Dominic the Donkey by Lou Monte. This is a classic one, and it is a very quirky one. And I did see it on a lot of lists of hated songs.
It is on the list of hated. I saw it on a list of hated as well. And right? Because that's like, the Italian Christmas donkey. Look, come on. Dude, how can you hate on that? It's just fun. It's quirky. It's like, it's not like Donde Este Santa Claus. Which they don't play anymore.
The hated ones, I can't believe how many were in the list of hated ones that I thought were just nostalgic ones that I thought, oh, well, that's not. Why would they hate that one? But
there was someone I saw on that list too. I don't know if we looked at the same list, but that'll be funny when we get there. Okay, so what's then your 4th one?
Mele Kalikimaka from Bing Crosby.
I was about to say the Bing Crosby version from the Bing Crosby Christmas record, because the Bing Crosby Christmas record is perfect start to finish.
Yeah, it's with the sisters. I can't remember the name.
the something sisters, not the swing out sisters.
Right. No, not that.
Oh my god, I should know that.
I know.
Like
I should have wrote it down because that's the version I like because they play the background.
Somebody's yelling at us right now. They're like, it's the so and so sisters,
but I cannot get in my head. I'll figure it out.
So anyway, yes, the Bing Crosby Christmas record from start to finish is pure.
Oh gosh, yes.
Brilliant.
I think we can throw that out there along with the Nat King Cole versions.
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what's your fifth one?
And then I've got Rock and Roll Christmas, George Thorogood.
Really? That
I really, really
me.
like that one. Yeah, that's a good one. I really like that one.
That's one I don't have on any of my lists because I actually forgot about it. But then as soon as you said it by George, I was like, oh, right. Oh, and then there were several when I was going through the list too. I was like, I had 3 out of the 5 literally just like pop right out of my head. Like there was no question.
Oh, yeah. But then I had to think about, there was a couple that there's that one.
Well, and I had, when I got to 4 and 5, when I got to my 4 and 5, I ended up having to bump one onto an honorable mention list, which I'll get to, out of 5th place because something came in and took that over just within the past couple years, and it's a newer song,
a newer one.
Okay, so hold on, let me get to my list then. Okay, so my first one,
right?
I absolutely love this song, and it's the David Bowie, Bing Crosby.
Oh yes,
Little Drummer Boy, Peace on Earth.
The combo.
It is just such a, I feel, masterpiece of two iconic voices with Bing and David, and they did it live. That was on a live show.
It was a Christmas show.
On a Christmas, it was Bing
special,
Crosby's
right?
like 47th Christmas special or whatever, and it's a live show. There's an orchestra in the pit. They have. It was all done live. There was no like voiceovers, no re-records, no punch-ins and outs, and it was like they did that live and recorded it, and that's the version you still hear to this day.
Oh yeah,
and it's just
it's not remastered.
As
right?
soon
it's
as it starts, I'm like, oh my god, it started. Like I look forward to it every year, and so yes, Dave Bowie, Bing Crosby.
Okay, that was one. That was number one.
Do They Know It's Christmas by Band Aid, the original version. I have that on 45 vinyl from 1980, 3 or 1985 or whenever. I think it was 84, 85 when it came out.
Right.
I have it on vinyl, and it's one of those records that's just like, you put it on and you hear the little bit of the hiss and the pop and the vinyl and the stuff, and it starts, and it's just like, it takes me back because I remember sitting and watching MTV and seeing that video come on. And it's starting with like, hey, they had, I think it was Mick Jagger or something like that comes on and says, hey, we recorded this and, in like 48 hours or 72 hours. And like, we've been working on it all night and day, and this, nonstop, and all these people came together for this. And, and then the video starts and the song starts and the bong, bong. And it was just like, I love.
I did see that one on the hated.
That one is on the most hated list too.
Right?
And I absolutely,
because I didn't think that really fit. Hated,
yeah,
that was some of those hated ones. I was like, well, wait a minute.
There were some, and we'll get to this. So, okay, so the number 3, is Christmas Baby, Please Come Home.
Okay,
and it can be the U2 version or the original Darlene Love version, or even the Mariah Carey version.
Oh, really?
I just think it's such a great, hooky, classic pop song that's a Christmas song. It is just, I mean. It's like what Mariah Carey did with All I Want for Christmas Is You, but it was Christmas Baby Please, and Darlene Love, the original of that, is just like such a great. Oh yeah, love it. And then the U2 version I always love because I've been a huge U2 fan forever,
of course.
So that was just like, so any version of that I've heard, because I love the song itself, and it doesn't matter who's singing it because it's just like, well, I take that back, and we'll get to it.
Okay.
The next one is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Okay.
By the Carpenters or the Pretenders or Sinatra or Judy Garland. It's another one of those
everywhere.
that like, it's pretty much everybody except Christina Aguilera's version.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
At the 3-minute and 26-second mark of her song, she goes into the Have Yourself a Merry and Little Christmas, and then she does this like breath and she goes in the song at the 2 minute or 3 minutes. Oh my God. I laugh every time I hear it. I'm like, what the hell just happened to her in the studio? Did like somebody sneak up behind her and goose her?
Gooser. Yeah, that was it.
And it's just like, you're going to listen to it. And at 3 minutes and 26 seconds, you're now going to, and every time you hear it, you're going to be waiting for it because it's right at the end of the song.
Are all
and it's just going to be like,
and say, oh my God, I heard that.
It's like, what was that? And it makes me laugh. So yeah, the Christina Aguilera version does not go on that. But like I said, Carpenters, Pretenders, Sinatra,
of course,
Judy Garland. Oh my God. Yeah.
Got them all.
And then This is the one that recently moved into my top 5.
And this is number 5.
This is my and not number. It's just the fifth one in the group.
I know what you mean.
Fifth one in the group because
it caused something else to fall off.
It gives me the same reaction as the Bing Crosby, David Bowie, and the Band-Aid when I hear those first couple notes come in, and it's a cover version.
Ooh.
And it's by Ingrid Michaelson and Leslie Odom Jr. And Leslie Odom Jr. was one of the original cast members from Hamilton. On the stage, on Broadway, everybody knows fucking Hamilton. Yes,
of course.
He was one of the original. He was in Hamilton, the original cast.
Okay.
And Ingrid Michaelson, she does like pop songs and stuff like that and everything. And she and him, they did a cover of "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey.
Right.
And it's slowed down piano version. It's like a totally different song. The lyrics are the same, and it's them singing a duet. And it is so fucking heartbreakingly beautiful. It just almost brings me to tears. And I know you're in the back. You're right now. You're going whatever, Pern, vomit, blah. I know how you are. You always like the ballads and blah. But I listened to it, and I've listened to that song over and over on repeat. Because the first time I heard it, I was just like, oh, she's doing a cover of Mariah Carey. I'm like, okay, yeah,
okay,
wow. And then you view the song from their perspective of not being able to be with each other,
right,
at Christmas, and it's just so heartbreakingly beautiful because, oh my God, it's just it puts a whole different spin on the Mariah Carey "Great," which is a great song. This is the number one. I think it's on Billboard this week.
I could not have ever even thought that was going to be on there.
Oh my God, no. Well, it's the Ingrid Michaelson and Leslie Odom Jr. version. That was number 5. My previous number 5 that got bumped because of that
honorable
song
mention
is "Last Christmas" by Wham.
Oh,
I have always
you pick them that are on the hate list.
They're on the hate list.
I saw that one was just like, there's actually a movement to avoid hearing that song.
"Last Christmas." Really?
Yes, okay, there's like this whole thing about
we're going to be arguing that because when I get to my honorable mentions for hated, I definitely got some songs that would be, I don't know, that's just like, "Last Christmas" isn't even in the same, holiday.
No. I wouldn't even so thought that either because,
But Whammy, I got bumped out of number 5 to number 6, I would say, if I was doing a top 6.
Right.
But yeah, that Ingrid Michaelson, version of "All I Want for Christmas," it just, oh my gosh, it's so... Yeah. The other honorable mentions that I had are "White Christmas" by Bing Crosby.
Yes.
"This Christmas" with Donny Hathaway, which has been covered by several other people. "Grown Up Christmas List," the Gloria Estefan or Kelly Clarkson version.
Okay.
And there's been other what? Ick? Is
that
what you said?
Yeah.
I think you said, ick. I was like,
no,
ick.
Gosh, no.
The Kelly Clarkson version was actually on the American Idol Christmas record that came out the year after she won. They did and all the people that were on American Idol did Christmas songs and
did their own.
It's actually, I could not find it on Amazon Music.
Really?
She's redone it with Pentatonics, who I can't stand, and I know I just lost half our listeners right there because Pentatonics don't hate on Pentatonics, but I'll get to hating on Pentatonics in a minute.
Listen to Pentatonics,
I'm sure they do, and they're like, oh, but they're so good. They're a studio processed band, which is ridiculous. Like you want to hear,
Here we go. Now you're making.
Don't get me going.
Don't get too far.
We'll get there. Okay. So "Grown Up Christmas List," "Jingle Bell Rock," the Bobby Helms or Hall & Oates version. Love them both. Love them.
Yeah.
"Someday at Christmas," Stevie Wonder.
You have a lot of backups here.
I do. And these are all honorable mentions.
I know. Well, you could just start mentioning any Christmas song at this point.
Oh, stop. No, because we've got a whole dishonorable list also.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
"Driving Home at Christmas" by Chris Ray or the Michael Ball version. I like both of those versions. "Please Come Home for Christmas," John Bon Jovi. And then the Eagles do a version, but I like the John Bon Jovi version more than the Eagles version, which is blasphemy because the Eagles are just great. And
true.
"Wonderful Christmas Time," Paul McCartney, which is also another that's on the most hated list.
Not on
mine, but it's I see that pop up. So. I see the Paul McCartney pop up on it. Yeah. "Father Christmas" by the Kinks. Father Christmas,
I love
give
that
me
one.
some money.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been one of my honorable mentions too.
Okay, cool.
I like the rock ones. So
yeah, the really upbeaty.
Right. And the Twisted Sister, "Come On You Faithful" is awesome because it's basically just
Twisted Sister. Oh yeah, when they always do, yeah, because they'll do a play on their big hit, but then change the syllables.
Right, they
Christmas.
just changed it to put the Christmas song
like in Love.
into the same.
Do you see
lyric.
Love Actually? Did you see Love Actually? That's what they did. That the guy changed the lyric to make it a Christmas song from his pop hit to.
Oh really?
Try to
Yeah,
exactly.
that's kind of what they did.
That's all it
that's
does.
The funniest thing because you can hear it in the song.
Yeah,
it's just funny.
Okay, so I've got Underneath the Tree, Kelly Clarkson. When she put out that Kelly Clarkson put out that first Christmas record of hers, like I don't know, like 8 or 9, maybe it had to be more than that, 10 years ago. I loved every song on that because there was like new songs and like old classics, and she just sounded great.
Okay,
their newer song, 2 newer songs, honorable mentions: "Tell Me Santa," Ariana Grande.
Okay,
that gets played a lot. And I mean, I know she's all in Wicked, but she's had a really good career up before Wicked. It's not like nobody knows who Ariana Grande is. I mean, come on,
right?
So "Tell Me Santa," I think that's a great newer Christmas song. That's within the past like 5-8 years. And "Snowman" by Sia. And I like the song.
That one.
You haven't heard "Snowman"? It's a slow kind of like piano-y thing. But then she also did "Candy Cane Lane," the cover that, and there's one. It's like a Jamaican-y kind of whatever Christmas song. But
was the "Candy Cane Lane" the one that was in the movie?
Yes, with Eddie Murphy that came out last year. Yeah. Yes, that was the upbeat.
The Netflix one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
In that.
Okay.
So Sia, and my kids today, one of the Sia songs, Christmas songs, came on, and my daughter was just like, "Ugh, I hate Sia. I just can't stand her voice." I'm like, "Excuse me?" It's like, "What are you talking about?" Oh, she goes, "It just sounds like she's singing with like marshmallows in her mouth or something, and it just doesn't sound right." I'm like,
that's funny, because we were talking about
there was a guy years ago that sang like that too. His name was Bob Dylan. He went nowhere also. So that was just like
with that.
Please,
he
my
might,
kids. I've got to teach them better.
Find some of his older records somewhere.
Yeah, you might be able to find a couple.
But we were talking about that, and Lisa was talking about the ones that she hated, that it was all the singing through her nose, and she was singing through her nose, and I was just like, that is funny. Yeah.
Actually, we discussed that in the night we went to the game. We were discussing that in the car. About how
part of that, yeah,
the whole Mariah Carey and how
not even just put everything into it. There's no reason why you have.
Okay, your top 5 hated. What are your top 5
hated? Okay, so we're gonna bang these out too. Okay, so the Christmas shoes one from New Song,
that is on my list as hated as well. Yep,
perfect.
So we matched on that.
Also, any Josh Groban song.
Oh, okay, we'll get it. We're gonna sidebar off in a little bit, but okay, keep going.
I cannot put up with that one.
Okay,
for some reason he is so affected in his singing that it's like it's a little too much.
Okay, fair enough.
And this one I just heard new that I can't stand. Mariah Carey does a Peanuts Christmas medley.
It's horrible. It's like the start of it is like 2 different songs that they started hitting record, and where everybody was playing something different, and then it comes into the bling bling bling.
It's all crammed together.
Yeah, but the opening is like there's people talking in the background, and
it is a train wreck.
It's hard to listen to.
Yeah,
it's just difficult to it makes your brain go, "What the fuck is going on?" Like trying to, yeah,
exactly right.
Yeah, that's
okay. And then any remake of "You're a Mean One," Mr. Grinch.
Oh, Mr. Grinch. So you're fine.
No, not the song itself.
You're fine with the thorough
with the
Ravenscroft.
Ravenscroft. It has to be that version.
Okay,
because that's kind of what you remember.
The original.
But when they try to fake do it and they're trying to do that, it sounds.
I don't know. The Lindsey Sterling version, I think, is all right because there's no lyrics actually in it. It's just her with the violin.
Oh,
I've
really?
heard her version. Have you heard that?
No,
she does all the violin
versions.
Lindsey Sterling. You listen to the right Christmas songs then. Anyway, so she has a whole Christmas like tour thing she does every Christmas. And stuff.
I didn't realize how much Christmas songs you listen to starting in Thanksgiving, where it is just not even that. It was like November 1st.
November 1st. Thank you.
Yes.
As soon as Halloween hits midnight and it's November 1st, I'm playing.
You're
Christmas.
Switched over, and then you're like knee deep in Christmas.
Oh, hell yeah!
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
As we're gonna and
then I got my last one here, which is my favorite things, and it's a combination.
My favorite thing,
my favorite thing
by Julie Andrews from Sound of Music.
That's not really a Christmas song, but they keep adding it
and we're
gonna
get to that
song. And there is that part where also Jingle Bells is considered not a Christmas song, and there's an argument to all that because Jingle Bells really doesn't mention Christmas in the song. And it's more they're saying as a Thanksgiving song because
jingle all the way.
Yeah, but who Yeah, there's not that much snow on the ground for my Thanksgiving. So I'm not exactly sure where this all plays out, but who knows? So there's my list.
My 5 hated
Okay.
anything by Pentatonics.
Okay.
Because
you've already mentioned that, yes.
Coming back around to Pentatonics because it's just all so over studio produced, like Pro Tools auto corrected. Like, go back and listen to, like, if you want to hear like real, like, go back and listen to like Barbershop Quartet, or like they did that stuff live and it was just like amazing, the harmonies and all that stuff like that. And I'm not saying that Pentatonics can't do it and it's all put together, but they get definitely a lot of help from Pro Tools and Auto-Tune to make sure those harmonies are perfect. And the way, like, you used to listen to a cappella music, it was live. They recorded it, like all of them standing around a mic, and it's, and I'm not saying Pentatonics doesn't do it that way. I'm just saying that I don't know. I'm really, I don't know. I just don't like any song. It comes on and I'm just like, nope, off. Absolutely
just
can't.
Okay,
it starts, I can't, it's off. So anything by Train. I cannot stand Pat Monahan's voice. It drives me, it's like nails on a chalkboard. It drives me insane.
Well, that's the Josh Groban.
And so just Train, anything but Pentatonics, anything but Train, no, change immediately. Even if it is one of my previous favorite songs, him singing
that you added into, if it's those versions of that song with them singing, no, you can't do it.
Then my third one was The Christmas Shoes by New Song.
Oh,
which
yes. Oh, Jesus.
We discussed this on a previous episode.
Yes.
That there's a Patton Oswalt stand-up where he talks about in depth about the song and making fun of it and how like, oh my God, this whole, it's a obviously money grabbing, tear jerking, pulling at your heartstrings bullshit
gonna
song.
Play every Christmas
and it's just,
song.
I honestly haven't heard it in probably about 4 years because they don't play it on Sirius XM. And I listen to Sirius XM Holly and Jolly and the traditional songs, and they don't play it on.
They've removed it out of the rotation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I haven't heard it in years on Sirius XM. Leanne Rimes' version of "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas."
Oh, really?
It starts with like a slide whistle, like a dum dum dum, and it's all this upbeat, like, oh, it's silly, and I'm just like, oh my God, I want to throw up. It's just I like Leanne Rimes. I think she's an amazing singer. And I just, in that version of how they had made it, we're going to make it quirky, funny, haha. And it's just like, it's oh my God.
Yeah,
nauseating.
well, they're trying too hard.
Absolutely nauseating. Then my last one, which actually I will say is my number one hated.
Ooh, you're ranking.
There is no question. And I will sit and debate this with anybody who wants to argue it. It's any version of Baby It's Cold Outside.
Really?
Because it is not a Christmas song. In that song, there is no mention of the holidays, of Christmas, of mistletoe, of presents or gifts or trees or anything. Literally, that song could be taking place the third week of January. Because, baby, it's cold outside. It's winter and it snowed. It's cold. Stay inside.
It's a cold song.
There is absolutely nothing in that song that supports or says the word Christmas holiday season. Nothing. It's just a cold fucking night, and he wants to get some nookie and get her drunk, which is so totally wrong. And
that is wrong.
Now, if somebody came up to me and put a gun to my head and said, you've got to listen to at least one version of Baby It's Cold Outside, which one's it going to be or you're dead? I'm going to go Dean Martin. Go with the original. It was just like, if there's a version.
All of his songs he did.
Dino just,
so it worked perfectly anyway.
Yes, Rat Pack, yes, absolutely. Him and Sinatra. Right,
he was playing the role.
Yes.
He was doing the
role.
my
gosh.
So
if there was one version I had to listen to or get my head blown off, I would listen to the Dean Martin version.
You'd have to listen to that.
But that song, there is nothing. So people argue all the time about how like Die Hard's not a Christmas movie, and I will fight that to the death. I can literally show you scenes out of the movie where the Christmas trees are, where it's a holiday party.
It's decorated. He's coming to visit for the holidays.
Christmas. It's coming for home for Christmas or going to LA for Christmas. There is Christmas music.
Party.
Absolutely. And you saw my shirt last week when you came over. I had my Nakatomi and Christmas shirt on. My Christmas party shirt, 1988.
Yes, that was a good one.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Nakatomi
Plaza. Yeah. Christmas party.
One.
That was my I attended. I was there.
You were there, exactly.
So anyway, Baby It's Cold Outside. not a Christmas song. Stop fucking playing it at Christmas. Stop just playing it, period, because of the content of it.
There are plenty of Christmas songs out there, obviously. Because
that song could just go away, and
that does not need to fill the airwaves.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay, so I do have dishonorable mentions, and my
I don't.
I found some. These were on. I had a couple, and then I found a list on USA Today of under the worst Christmas songs.
Okay.
So, but my dishonorable mentions, ones that I hate, and I just got to mention because I hate them too.
Right.
Neil Diamond's "Cherry Cherry Christmas."
I have not heard that.
Oh my God, you're lucky.
Oh, thank goodness.
The New Kids on the Block, "Funky Funky Christmas."
Okay, I did see these on the list.
Nauseating.
Monorail.
Jessica. Oh, Monorail again. It's been 8 minutes.
Yep.
Or 4 minutes, whatever. Jessica and Ashley Simpson's "Little Drummer Boy."
Oh, wow.
Did you ever hear that one?
No.
There actually is this like floor tom into snare roll that like gives it the power kind of thing to it. And it's Ashley Simpson and Jessica Simpson. It's just, oh my God. It's not good. It is not good. This song was picked, and I saw this on the list as the number one liked Christmas song of all time.
Really?
And I just don't like it.
On a number one list.
This was number one on a list with other stuff that like we've mentioned, a lot of the stuff we've mentioned.
And this is honorable. I can't stand.
This is a dishonorable mention because I can't.
Right.
I just can't. And it's the Pogues' Fairy Tale of New York.
Really?
And the Pogues, I actually saw them live years ago. I think they were opening for the Violent Femmes at Wolf Trap or something weird like that. I don't know. It was like a whole weird thing. Or somewhere. I don't know. I saw the Pogues opening somewhere for somebody, and it was like an outdoor kind of theater-y type place.
Okay.
And the lead singer, I can't even remember. He just passed away last year, actually. But anyway, he was like chain smoking the whole time on stage, and there's like these fans that just blow his smoke back into the. He's a human smoke machine, like on stage.
Right?
It's just like got a cigarette and it's constantly going every song, and I'm singing about the pissing and fighting and it's just Irish, whatever.
Calms him down.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Pogues to start with. And this song, I'm just like, no, this is not. I just no.
Hard to listen to.
The other one that I really don't like, and this was a newer one that I just heard. Been more hearing. What the hell?
Been
is
more
that?
hearing about.
Been more hearing about it lately. I'm leaving all that in.
That's good.
Ringo Starr.
You've done that to me too.
Ringo Starr's "Come On Christmas." Have you heard that?
Really?
Yeah. No, you're lucky.
Don't.
Yeah, because it's just not even. Yeah.
Yes, but you'd think in rotation I would at least hear some of these. You would think, exactly.
Now, on sidebarring off that, which I just when you were doing your list earlier, I've had a love-hate relationship with certain songs over the years, where like I've just been like, oh my God, I can't take it. And then the next Christmas, I'm like. Okay. Or I liked it at one point and then hated it and then liked it again even, which is going to come to one of your songs on your favorite list, which was Feliz Navidad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I liked it when I was younger, and then about 5 or 6 years ago, everything's like 5 or 6 years ago, on Sirius XM, it seemed like it was getting played every third song. And I was just like, enough already. I snapped.
Would you say that there was an explosion of Christmas songs within that time frame before and after? Like, I would have to say that as far as versions of songs, it seemed like there was a kind of an explosion.
Well, yeah,
because you're mentioning songs I have no clue about.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm
there's
just
a lot of.
Wait a minute, huh?
Right. I do and I think it was the Casey Musgraves version of Feliz Navidad that pulled me back around to liking the song again.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if because she's done that with a couple songs actually that I don't know. It's just Casey Musgraves. I don't know. I don't know. I love her. I like her voice, and I'm not really a country fan and music fan, but like I like her voice, and like she's pulled me back around to a couple songs.
Right.
And another love and hate is Josh Groban. I used to despise him with an absolute passion. I could not anytime a Josh Groban version would come on, I'm changing it, right? And now I'm okay with Josh Groban, and I don't know why. And this has just been within the past couple years, at least 5 to 6. That's the difference.
Well, maybe it's because you're mature.
Maybe, and like it comes on, but the one I really can't stand that he does is the one where they have the military little salutes at the beginning. I want to thank my mommy for coming home from the war for Christmas. And, I'm General blah, 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 wishing it
to my family.
Yeah, and there's one of them where the guy says something about, he goes, I want to wish my wife and kids a Merry Christmas and my girlfriend in California. I'm like, wait, what?
Right? Huh?
I was like, does your wife know about the girlfriend in California?
Interesting.
Yeah, the one where they do the little military nod shout out thing. But the thing is, they haven't changed those in years, so it's the same people.
The same
so
ones.
like the one kid,
so that guy's getting beat to death.
That kid's like 23 now or something.
Every time his wife goes that way.
Yeah, his wife and his girlfriend in California.
Who the hell? Yeah,
Michael Bublé. I've never been a Michael Bublé fan. The whole Vegas Sinatra thing. I mean, when Harry Connick Jr. came out, he came out of New Orleans, and I really liked when he brought the big band stuff back and the whole Harry Connick Jr. But when the Michael Bublé, my gosh, I was like, it would just seemed like such a cheap Vegas knockoff of Sinatra, and I just But now
I get that
songs come on. And I'm okay with them.
No problem.
Again, it was love-hate. I used to Bublé's out there too. Mentioned Casey Musgraves.
Just like a fair weather.
Okay, so my last
hatred to anybody anymore.
I know, right?
Can't hold on to it.
No, I can hold on to it.
Just let it go.
Trust me, I can hold on.
Well, there's a few, but who knows?
There are some. Anything pentatonics or trained. Or I don't think my vision will ever change on Christmas shoes. Never.
Oh, okay.
Till the day I die, I will not flip on Christmas shoes.
You may be 80, and you're
promise
like,
you,
I remember
there won't be no flipping. Fuck the Christmas shoes. Whatever. Okay, my last song thing is I heard a version the other day of Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow.
Okay.
I almost forgot to put the third one in there.
A third one? Oh, yeah.
And it's the Rosemary Clooney version, which is George Clooney's mom. For anybody who didn't know, whatever. So Rosemary Clooney, she does a version, and she was known like for live ad-libbing lyrics and stuff, and not sticking to the original the whole time. Like maybe the first verse would be there, but then she'd like make up something for the second verse, and then whatever. At the end of her version, she sings in a verse, "Oh, the fire burned down to embers, but our age who remembers? But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow." And I was like, I had never heard that before. That oh, the fire burned down to embers, but at our age who remembers? I've never heard that in that song, and I swear I've heard her version before. And I was like, and it was a live recording version because at the end I think you hear audience clapping and and stuff, and it was just I've never heard that line about. I don't know. I was just I was taken aback by it because
it works, right?
Fire burned down to embers, but our age we're old as fuck. Who remembers? Whatever.
Well, there you go.
So let it snow.
News.
Let it snow. Yeah,
that works.
Okay. Well, cool. I think that was a good Christmassy.
Yeah.
The amount, and I can get in. I can debate. We could make this a 2-hour episode on the fucking Christmas.
Oh
songs.
no, it's not.
But let's.
We have listened.
What foodie stuff did you have?
Okay, I do have some food news. So we're jumping to food news. So that's
jumping food news.
I didn't know if you heard these, so I'm just gonna shoot some of these at you.
Okay.
The Hormel Company is bringing back the famed Mexican restaurant Chi-Chi's.
Yes, I saw
After
that.
Their bankruptcy closed all their U.S. locations in 2004. They are turning around and now going to turn and start actually opening.
Really, 2004?
It was.
Has it been 20 years?
It has been.
Wow, I would have thought maybe 10 to 15, but 20 years ago.
20.
Wow, Chi-Chi's.
You can't even think about it. Chick-fil-A enthusiasts are biding their time until January when the food chain brings back their grilled spicy chicken filet and the frosted key lime lemonade.
Yep. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, right. Oh, you see, you're all up on these. I don't even know. McDonald's has released new Christmas sweaters. Styles include the purple grimace, French fry, and hamburger montages. Other items are paired with your sweater, the purple grimace slippers, the McNugget stockings, and food icon scrunchies, or the Happy Meal tee.
Are you sure this isn't all fake news? I thought I would have. How have I not heard about this? Angie, we need to talk to Angie.
We do. See, and that's what I need. I need confirmation on that one.
Right.
Yeah, because I did see everything, and it kind of looked like it wasn't, but I went to their website, the McDonald's website for merch. It is there.
Oh,
they're all there. So these are things. Those are things. And other McDonald's news, the famous McRib sandwich is headed back.
It's back.
The
It is
to
back.
the chains. It's dropped.
Back.
It dropped December 3rd. Yes.
Yep,
So I had
back.
this news for a while. And they're going with the whole lot of rib sauce that you can buy by the half gallon
the
for
half
$20.
gallon of sauce, the bucket of sauce,
gallon of the sauce.
It's
if
crazy.
you just like the sauce.
Yeah,
so
the barbecue.
You can make your own McRib and then pour the sauce on.
No, you could never make your own.
Or
McRib.
just dip your own.
You could
McRib
never make your own McRib.
A whole thing of sauce.
We don't know what's processed in that meat. We
would
never
know.
would be able
I don't think you could recreate it. It is
McRib.
definitely proprietary. There is absolutely no way. Okay, so then Pepsi dropped their gingerbread Pepsi.
Yes, we talked about this.
And pretty soon they're going to drop their wild cherry and cream drop.
Yeah, I saw that was coming too. Yeah. I saw
That's
that
in January.
But the snow, but the gingerbread one, which we talked about, that you can only get it if you order it online through Pepsi, and they'll send you a single 7.5 ounce can. And I'm like, that's it?
That's it. That's all you get.
But you have to buy like a 12 pack of something, and then they'll send you one of the, I don't know, whatever. Okay, Pepsi, whatever.
Miller High Life, the makers of Molson Coors, is releasing a new dive bar scented perfume.
Ew.
You can smell like bar top,
like cigarettes,
bar stools, and
I guess you don't smoke bars anymore.
Open High Life and a basket of fries that is going to cost you $60 a bottle to smell like a bar.
To smell like a bar. Quick side note.
All the flavors.
Quick side note. Hold on. Did you ever notice that in Back to the Future, that before Marty goes back, that his dad goes to the fridge and pulls a Miller Lite out of the fridge to drink?
No.
But at the end, when Doc Brown comes back and he needs the trash for the Fusion Master or whatever, Mr. Fusion, thing.
He pulls the Miller Lite because half the beer is still in.
Hold on. He pulls a can out. It is not Miller Life. It's Miller High Life. It's not Miller Lite, because then that would mean he's drinking the better version of the beer.
The better version of the Miller.
Yes. So I've heard that, and I actually have to go back. I saw a clip and I was like, that looks like, so when Doc Brown's pouring it in, he's pouring in a Miller High Life, but earlier you see that George McFly's drinking a Miller Lite. Because they're poor and they don't have money.
I actually thought about that.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Right? And actually,
good note.
Okay, so did you have anything after the Miller?
I do. 70-year-old family-owned company Smarties is up for sale.
What?
Production can barely keep up with demand, though. So they're selling a very successful company, and it is expanded into lollipop, a gummy, a necklace, and giant and mega versions of Smarties. So it's not just those little itty-bitty baby guys. You can get the monster ones.
Wow. Okay.
And my last one here, Pizza Hut has released a new tomato wine. It's the color of fruit punch, but the reviewers claim that it is like drinking a liquid slice of pizza flavored with garlic, basil, and oregano.
I might have to pass on that.
I think I'm not even going to try that.
I think I'm going to have to
pass.
Can
we not do a taste test on that one?
I think we were going to waive. I think we're going to waive the taste test on that one. Pizza Hut wine.
I can't even think about that.
I'm not even there. But speaking of pizza,
right.
I found a list the other night, and it was the top 8 most hated pizza chains in America.
8.
And
these are going to be like nationwide.
And this is Casey Kasem countdown from 8 to number 1. Okay.
Okay.
So do you want to make any guesses, and I can tell you where they are on the list, or do you just want me to get on the list?
Well, let's go with Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut was
number 4.
Really?
Pizza Hut was number 4 on 8 most hated pizza chains in the U.S. in America. Number 4 was Pizza Hut.
Okay. Papa John's.
Papa John's was number 2.
Oh,
most hated.
Domino's.
Domino's was number 5.
Oh, okay. More pizza places. Sbarro's.
Sbarro's was number 8.
8.
Sbarro was number 8.
Okay. The airport version of any pizza places is Sbarro's.
Yeah. Pretty much.
National chain, and these are all national chains.
Chains, yeah.
Oh, see.
Well, one of these I had never heard of, so I give you a pass on that. It's called Papa Murphy's.
I've never heard of a Papa Murphy's before, but that was number 7. Never come up with that one.
I mean, it's number 7 on the list. I've heard of everything else on the list, but not okay. So number 6 was CC's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was just
so CC's.
So they closed a bunch of CC's out near us. So
I think we still have the one in Winchester, but yeah, it's just buffet pizza, and you go
Right,
down.
yeah.
You
Gosh,
pay a flat fee, and you just go and eat as much
Oh
pizza.
yeah, it might as well be crackers with tomato sauce.
Oh my God, it's horrible. Cece's number 6. Yeah, 5 was Domino's, 4 was Pizza Hut. Number 3, Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh no, really?
Chuck E. Cheese. Yep.
Oh, it's not just
the Child
entertainment
Casino.
pizza.
Yep.
Yeah,
Chuck E. Cheese was number 3. I don't know anybody who goes to Chuck E. Cheese for the pizza.
I wouldn't know. Yeah,
that you hate
exactly.
it. It's kids' birthday parties, and they bring you out the generic pizza. And I've had the cheese pizza. It's not the worst thing I've had. I mean,
it's not the worst, but there are better. But I could see
absolutely better
it being the worst.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go out of my way to knock Chuck E. Cheese to put it on the list, because I never go, "Ooh, let's have pizza night. Hey, does anybody want to get it from Chuck E. Cheese?" And it's like,
let's
no,
go to Chuck E. Cheese.
No. Like,
No.
my daughter loves Papa John's, and I was really surprised that was number 2 because I don't love or hate Papa John's. I think like if I'm in the mood for like, oh yeah, Papa John's, but if I want like real like New York pizza, we have a place in Winchester that's really good that we get it from.
A mom and pop though. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
and
yeah,
called Claudio's in Winchester. If you're ever in Winchester, visit Claudio's and get their pizza. It's so good.
It's very
so
good.
I love
all those mom and pops ones. They usually have the right recipes, but yeah.
And then so number 1 most hated pizza chain
number 1
in America. Are you ready? Pizza.
It's Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
That's interesting.
I think
just because they're that popular that they can be that hated.
I don't know. I'm
Are
really.
they popular?
When
was the last time you had a Little Caesars?
I think I've only had Little Caesars once in my entire life, to be honest, and it was not recently. So I really don't know what. But the thing is, Domino's changed their pizza years ago. When we were in high school, Domino's pizza was good.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god, it was good.
Jesus,
and then they tried to get all fancy because then other franchises
changed
came
their
along
sauce.
and they changed their sauce. They changed, and now it's like, oh, and now the
went with different
artisan
cheese.
bread or what? Artisan?
I'm thinking
is that
it was
a
their
word?
suppliers.
You know
they screwed everything up.
I don't know. Yeah, so Domino's went to hell. Like even when we were, if I could get a sausage extra cheese from Domino's the way we had it when in high school now.
Even the
oh my god, I could taste it still. I can still taste it.
Yeah. Yeah. Weird.
Okay, so NHL news. So did you see that Tom Wilson got hit in the face with a puck? Did you see that?
I did. Oh yeah, I did.
He afterwards in the post game, and so he got hit in the face with a puck, bleeding. He went off. He came back and scores 2 goals. Stitched up and scores 2 goals, and the Caps win the game.
And it was just like on that.
Yeah, off.
Yeah, it was one of his better
third
games.
Period.
Like, it was like they were talking about it being an impossible game for him to actually get through, and and not getting hit in the face, it still would have been that kind of a scenario of a game, because he really did come back out and actually.
You poked the bear.
Really play.
But the thing is, it was his own player that hit him. It was a defenseman.
Really?
With a slap shot from the point, and it was going towards the net, and he just turned and it hits him. It was his own player that took the shot.
I saw I saw the replay. I saw the replay, the highlights, because I didn't get to watch the game. But I just I didn't actually see where that came from. They just showed it him.
It was Chick
moving his head
on the defense, and he took the shot.
Yeah.
But afterwards, in the post-game interview, he literally looked like a hamster that had stuck a hockey puck in his mouth and his cheek, and was holding it like a hamster in his cheek because it was swollen up that bad on the side of his face. He looked like he'd stuck a hockey puck in the side of his cheek.
Because he didn't get to put ice on it because he's on the bench.
Well, they had bags of ice. He was like getting, every time he came off a shift, but it was just
they iced him.
Yeah, he had a bag of ice on it, and
because he was pumping blood because he was running, and that wasn't going to keep the swelling down.
That reminded me too that years ago, Cam Neely for the Boston Bruins, he was in a game and he went down on the ice and someone skated over his glove and it actually cut the tip of one of his fingers off.
Jesus.
It was still in his glove, and he literally went back into the locker room. The trainers stitched the tip of his finger back on, and he went out and scored 2 goals, and the Bruins won the game. And I'm just like, he had his fingertip cut off and reattached. And then I'm like,
oh my God.
Hockey players are just a different breed of people. Like, if that had happened to me, I'd just be on the floor, curled up, crying like a baby. I would, like on the ice. I'd be like, oh my hand,
I had a paper cut and I couldn't.
And can't even.
That's funny.
Anyway, so that was my hockey news. Do you have some NFL Blitz? Are we going to wrap this up?
I got the NFL Blitz. You want me to rattle them off here?
Yes. Okay, go with their winners.
NFL Blitz. The Lions.
Sorry. Good. Yep.
Lions, Steelers, Saints, Dolphins, Jags, Vikings, Eagles, Bucks, Seahawks, which are playing in the night game on Sunday. So I'm here, and they're going to be playing.
Cool.
I can't get there, but
damn it.
And it's going to be pouring down rain.
So don't go sit. Yeah.
Crap. 49ers, Rams, Chiefs, and Bengals. Chiefs continue their something in one.
No, I thought the Chiefs lost to the Rams
they lost
or whatever.
They lost one.
No, that was to the Bills.
Yeah, they lost one, though. They just lost the one. I am pretty sure there's something in one. But okay.
Cool.
Anyway, and Bengals. So, yeah, there we go.
Oh, Bengals, right. I totally forgot that game was on.
Bengals was the Monday night game.
That was the Monday night game, and I'm like,
I am so sorry, because, Dallas actually had a chance.
Oh, right, they did.
Keep it together.
Yes. Yeah, and they blew it, and they lost. It was just the same flukiness that how the Cowboys beat the Commanders. It was almost as fluky going the other direction. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because didn't the ball bounce off the back of a Cowboys defender on a kick, and then, or I don't know, something, whatever. It was crazy. But yeah, they lost. But we all know the Cowboys suck this season, so it's okay.
Oh, and the guy walked off. And you saw the guy who walked off, and
Michael Parsons. Yeah,
he's like, I don't care anymore.
He was walking off, but there was still like 10 or 12 seconds left. I mean, it wasn't it wasn't like 2 minutes left in the game. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here." I mean, the clock was like in the last 10 to 15 seconds, and he started. He didn't go out and do handshakes. He didn't go out. He was like, "I'm going." Oh no,
he wasn't going to play, but. I've seen a lot of people just leave. They don't go out.
Yeah.
I mean,
so why are they making a big deal out of it? The Parsons,
or even just losing 12 in a row, kind of a thing. I can see someone professional getting to the point where they're like, "Oh my freaking God, I can't deal with this," and just walking off. But they made it a big show,
a big deal,
right?
Because he's an all-star, defender.
Yeah, but I can see how some of these people are getting frustrated with the whole scenario. But again, when losing is not fun.
Well, Mike McCarthy's on the way out, so next year, new coach, and Dak will be back, and see if the Cowboys can at least get back to 500 football.
Think Dak's coming back?
I don't know, from his butt pull. I don't know. We'll see. They say by next season he would be back. He's out for the rest of this season, definitely.
I think if I was Dallas, that I would actually see about what I could get on trade.
Even though you just gave him this super huge contract, the largest contract in the NFL, and then,
I understand
then
that,
8 weeks in, he's like full tears his butt muscle.
80%. I mean, come on.
It is.
I mean, you really do kind of have to think that he's going to have to run an entire and not get injured again.
Yeah,
and he was just throwing the ball. He wasn't even hit.
Wasn't even hit.
Right. It was just in a motion of throwing. He pulls his whole butt muscle out.
Rips
I mean, that's kind of
bone.
a tough throw there.
Yeah.
And I know he was throwing across his body when he did it, but
still,
I mean, you don't want that to be the norm.
It's the third time he's been out long term in the past 5 years.
So you got to put that together too.
And
yes, it might be the great contract, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, get a nice 500 team that wants a veteran quarterback. That might not be a bad idea.
Oh, you mean the Cardinals? That's where all quarterbacks and running backs go. They go to Phoenix.
That's just the Cardinals.
They go to Arizona to play for the Cardinals.
It used to be Washington.
For a while. All the teams have had that at one point.
Of course.
Okay, so you fly back on Tuesday, I think?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Oh, no, Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday, right. So we're going to record next Friday again.
Yeah, so we're going to do another Friday.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. And you'll be back from, I don't know.
But I'll be in person that time.
You will be.
And I'll have a ton of other traveling
home stories,
and hopefully I won't get COVID. Usually,
oh my God, don't get COVID, because you got to come play Santa at the rink. That following Saturday.
Oh, that's true.
Do not wear a mask.
Throw that
please.
out there
wear a mask
to prep for that. That I'll be.
Yes, Dave will be appearing as Santa Claus at the holiday Santa skate at the Ashburn Ice House in Ashburn, Virginia,
on Saturday,
the 23rd of December, from I think it's 5:10 to 6:10 p.m. Buy your tickets online.
And you realize that I'm actually going to be, we're going to record again before that. So we won't even have that until the next recording.
Until after, yeah.
Wow.
Maybe so I'm going along because we're going to get some video content too. So we're going to start putting video content up, because
I think we need to. I have
reels and all that stuff. And
I had a friend of mine tell me that should be something we do, because we have that just style.
And if you and I are shooting separate stuff during the week, and we can shoot stuff together, we'll figure it all.
We'll throw it in there.
That's something coming down the pipe. So we're gonna work on it.
We're always thinking of the future.
Future.
It's our future.
All right, Dave, have a good rest of your week in Seattle. I'm very jealous, because I've always wanted to go there and I never have. Maybe someday I will.
Updated. Maybe you can throw some pics up on the
we can put them up on Facebook and Instagram and all that fun
Dave
stuff. Dave from Seattle.
I'm spreading the news too here, so so we may have.
We're going to get some more West Coast listeners. That'd be awesome.
I'm hoping.
Okay, well, I'll see you next week. All right?
No problem. Thank
Cool.
you.
Bye.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Pern and Dave, Let's Talk is brought to you by, well, Pern and Dave and Fruit Roll-Ups.
Edible miniature yoga mats.
And the good people at Butterfingers.
Chocolate-covered molar adhesive.
Till next time.